you for coming out to our concert this evening. My name is John Kilgore. I am the trumpet professor at Kansas State University and one of the members of Sapphire Brass, the ensemble that is going to perform for you tonight. So the other members of our ensemble, Eric Millard and Katie Yannicke, we first met at Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp in Twin Lake, Michigan several years ago. Maybe it was the summer of 2021, and that kind of spawned not only a friendship, but a musical relationship that we decided to kind of pursue beyond that experience we had up in Michigan. And we've had the opportunity to perform several times together. We obviously live in different parts of the country. I'm in Kansas, Eric is in North Carolina. Of course, Katie is here. So it's not that we get to perform every weekend, but certainly a couple times a year is something that's really we are very excited about for our group. We've had the opportunity to begin the commissioning process. You're going to hear a really interesting piece to close the program that features not only a trumpet, piano, horn, but also bass trumpet, which is kind of an interesting instrument in the brass world, often forgotten, but it shouldn't be. So we're each going to have the opportunity today to also perform not only chamber music for you, but solo literature. And I'm opening the program with a piece called Naterno by Lauren Brianna Ware. She's a multi-instrumentalist and obviously a composer and primarily a pianist who wrote this piece several years ago. It's still a relatively new piece. So Naterno translates roughly to night, and I like to think of it obviously as like night music. So you're going to hear a lot of interesting textures that are probably going to, maybe for you, evoke feelings or sensations of night, spookiness. There's a lot of really interesting rhythms that happen between the trumpet part and the piano. It's a fairly quick piece, and I hope you enjoy Naterno by Laura and Brianna Ware.
everybody. My name is Dr. Katie Yankee, and I'm the horn professor here at the University of Arkansas, and kind of the mastermind behind this whole concert, bringing together all of my favorite people to perform with me, which has just been awesome, as well as to perform for you. This next piece was one that Dr. Kilgore and I were actually supposed to perform together at the She Festival this last March. But then I got COVID and I couldn't play, and it was really sad. So kind of what was part of the inspiration of putting together this recital was that John and I just wanted the opportunity to perform this piece together. So Madeline Lee, for those of you who were at the brass faculty quintet concert on Thursday, already know a little bit about her. She's a harp player and writes a lot of pieces that are based in storytelling and melody. And this is a really wonderful piece titled Not Goodbye. And she says that it's meant to evoke that feeling when you're saying goodbye to somebody and you're not ready to let go. You don't know if it's going to be a short time or a long time, possibly forever from the next time that you see them. And you really just don't want to say the word goodbye. And so it's not goodbye, but see you later. And I kind of love that, especially with a friend, because of course, every time we see each other, we're never really sure when the next time is going to be, though we have seen each other a lot this year. And we're also really thrilled that we get to play this with Dr. Miroslava Pianiotsova, because she was also supposed to play with us at She Festival. So the band's back together. So I hope you enjoy this piece by Madeline Lee. Hi again. So this is a real exciting thing for me, to play a piece that's with fixed media and projection. Something I haven't really done before, but I've always been interested in. I'm one of those that always loves to play with like a drone. And so it was kind of like a fun experiment of trying to figure out how to do this. And this particular piece, I mean, I was drawn to it as I was looking at what I was going to program for this because of the title. I mean, Pale Blue Dot or the Sapphire Brass. It kind of seemed like it fit. But then I started to get to know the piece a little bit more. So Gina Gilly is kind of a real staple now, I think, in the horn repertoire as a composer. She's been writing a lot. Her intro into, I think, establishing herself as a series composer was when she was commissioned to write her sonata for horn, which was then recorded by Stephen Cohen. And that album really, I think, just brought her name to a lot of the forefronts of a lot of people. And so she's been writing quartets. She's just been writing a lot of pieces. And so she wrote this one for it was actually commissioned by the Seattle Symphony to have this piece played in a really unique space that they have. And it's actually a piece that is a statement about climate change and the human impact on our planet. And so even though I kind of came at it in a lighthearted manner, the more that I started working on the piece, I realized, wow, this is actually kind of heavy. And so what you're gonna hear, it kind of starts off in a more whimsical way where you're just kind of seeing the universe, and you're seeing our solar system, and then all of a sudden it zeroes in on our planet, and it starts to show all the positive things, which, the music gets very peppy, and then all of a sudden the mood changes almost immediately, and what you start to hear are recordings from the Voyager recordings. So you hear Hello from Planet Earth from varying different languages, and then you start to see images of devastation caused by climate change. And then it ends on just a kind of ambiguous note. And so it's a really impactful piece. So I was really glad to find it, and I hope that you enjoy it.
Good evening. It's so wonderful to be here. First, I want to answer the question of what is this bizarre large trumpet, in case you were wondering. For those who might not have seen this instrument before, this is a bass trumpet, a B-flat bass trumpet, so it sounds one octave lower than a normal B-flat trumpet. And this kind of came about through the trumpet ensemble that I perform with, the Palisade Trumpet Collective, as well as the collaboration of Sapphire Brass, where we needed a bass voice. And I was in the ensemble, but we needed someone to play the next octave down. So I happen to have access to a bass trumpet, so I became the bass trumpet specialist, I suppose is what we'll say. And it's actually been a real treat to kind of get to work on trying to problem solve the challenges that come along with this instrument that many of us have as brass performers, but it's been really exciting to kind of bring a different perspective. Usually trombone players are the ones playing bass trumpets, and I'm a trumpet player, so it was fun to kind of figure out the low voice of this. And so we're actually going to play a piece that was written originally for trumpet and piano. It's called Framed by Cecilia McDowell. Each of the movements, and we're just going to play 3 movements for you, but each movement is based off of a famous piece of art, and you'll see those artworks on the projector as well. And hopefully you'll kind of enjoy the pairing of seeing the visuals along with the music that we're making. And I should especially note for the second movement that we're doing, the Nocturne in Blue and Gold, we specifically plan to have blue and gold on stage for you all. So I hope you enjoy Framed by Cecilia McDowell.
last piece. Dr. Millard will talk about the McMichael, but before he does, I just want to thank the wonderful people behind me. First and foremost, Dr. Miroslava Paniotova for her incredible accompanying and musicianship with us. Working with her, we literally did this all in a day, yesterday. And she was so grateful, and we're so grateful for her amazing talents, especially with the McMichael. As you're going to hear, she's a very featured, prominent player in this. And then I also want to thank John Kilgore and Eric Millard for coming out here and for being here, because playing with them brings me a lot of joy. And over the different experiences we've had over the years that we've known each other, this experience has just been great. And then I also want to thank the staff of the Faulkner Performing Arts Center for all of their amazing things that they do with all the technology and assisting us backstage. And also I want to thank the music department for helping make this happen. So if we can just give a round of applause to all the things, all the wonderful things.
Our last piece on the program is a piece that this group actually had commissioned just a little bit over a year ago by composer and pianist Catherine McMichael. Katie and I had actually, and John as well, I think, had actually worked with her before, and we'd done some other commissions and other projects. And so when we were talking about trying to find a commission, in particular, we were looking to perform a piece at a conference, and so we reached out to Catherine McMichael, and she was just so enthusiastic to write this piece. And she had actually just come back from a trip in Patagonia, and she's like, I know exactly what I want to do. Like, she had all these ideas, these themes. She had been to just like immersed in the local culture through going to sort of like the restaurants and bars and clubs down there, and was just so immersed and amazed with the music and the familialness of the culture there. And she knew that as soon as we asked her to write that, she's like, I know exactly how this is going to go. And we have absolutely adored getting to put this piece together. We premiered it actually with Catherine at the International Trumpet Guild Conference last May in Anaheim, California, which was just a terrific experience to get to put the piece together with the composer herself. And so we're so thrilled that we get to do it again for you all here in Arkansas. Just a little bit about the piece. The idea behind the piece is to reflect the culture and the natural beauty of Patagonia. So the mountains of the Andes, that remoteness, and the joy that comes in living and connecting with the land in that sense. And she does such a good job at capturing the different moods and emotions, and I think you're really going to enjoy this piece. Each movement is kind of a different region of the mountains. In particular, the third movement, she paired with a poem. So I'm going to share that brief poem really quickly. It goes, listen, listen, the wind blows hard among the pines toward the beginning of an endless past. Great trees and mountains and waves on the lakes all bend with the force of Los Vientos. So I hope you enjoy Catherine McMichael's marvelous Patagonia. Thank